Okay, this is Brian Marvick with BP Kitchen Equipment, and we have here a 2020 Bizerba GSP HD W HDW slicer. The reason that it's a W is because of this. This is a weighing putter. This affects the functionality of the slicer. It operates a little bit more than just a normal HD slicer does, one of their normal automatics. But we'll get more into that later. For the time being, we're just going to talk about the condition. Slicer is overall in really good condition. The gauge plate is looking quite good. It's got some slight scratching up there, as well as a really small amount of wear and tear here, as you can see here. But besides that, it's in really good shape. A small amount of wearing here from this white part on the meat grip side going down. But yeah, besides that, it's looking quite good. Whoops, there we go. Minimal to no dings on the corners, as normally happens. The meat grip is brand new, and in addition to that, the gauge plate is also brand new. Never before used, brand new gauge plate. And lastly, this is a weighing platter. So this weighing platter is also brand new, never before used. So overall, the slicer is in really good shape. So yeah, let's talk about some specs of these real quick. I'm just going to briefly explain these. Operate just like a normal automatic does. So it has a manual function where you can still pull the slicer or the carriage back and forth manually. Or you can set this up to automatically cut, just like a normal one does. But you have a few added benefits with these HDWs. So let's look at the manual mode real quick. Crack that open. All right. So whenever this light is flashing, that shows that the gauge plate is just open, that it is not actually, the blade is not spinning, right? But whenever you hit the run button and it's a solid red light, that blade is in fact spinning. So this is the manual mode of these slicers. Works as you would expect. One added benefit of these HDWs and HDs is that it's technically an assisted manual mode. So you can see here that one slight push back, one slight push forward, and the carriage moves on its own accord. It's really nice. It just helps if you have yourself or employees operating this for long periods of the day and you don't want to do any, damage to your arm. But the more important benefit of these slicers is the fact that it has an automatic mode. So let's switch it to automatic. We're going to get more into these other settings later, but for now, this is just manual automatic. This is the slicer speed. So we're going to leave it on, the slicer stroke length. So we're going to leave it on long stroke length and low speed. So, as you can see here, the slicer is going to just automatically cut. In this case, we have a target of 10. Again, more on this later. So it'll cut up to 10, then automatically stop. So let's actually just put this to infinite for the time being. But yeah, these are the real benefits of these automatics. Is you can put your product on there, set it and forget it. You have 3 different speeds, 3 different stroke lengths. We're just going to quickly go to the highest speed. Lazy Susan is a huge fan, so we're going to go back to low. Then we have a medium stroke length. Oh, sorry, that's low actually. So the low goes to about right there. Medium goes to about right here. And then long goes to a little bit longer. The benefit of that is the carriage. So whenever you're on this at the long stroke length, you can see here, it moves all the way back. So if you have a huge piece of ham or turkey that takes up the whole length, you can cut it. If you have just a small piece of salami right here, it'll be able to cut that on the small stroke length, and it'll just get it done a little bit faster. So that's how the manual and automatic modes work. Let's talk briefly. I'll be doing a separate video on this later, but let's talk briefly about this user interface. So currently, we're going to talk about this button right here. This is the slice amount button. So right here, these are preset values, and this is the value indicator, and these are the current stroke amounts. So what that means is we're going to say that we want to automatically stroke at 10, preset of 10 slices, the highest stroke length and the lowest speed. Go. And the slicer is going to move back and forth of its own accord until it reaches 10. Then by that time, you'll have 10 pieces of whatever product you're slicing fall out on here. This is 8, 9, and 10. And now it's finished. So this is the target amount, and then this is the actual amount below. So right now we have 10. You can change it to 30, 50, 80. So these are preset values. You can cut infinitely. You can change these to be 100 if you want, enter, and you have a preset value of 100. Let's put it back down to 80 for the time being. Or say you want to do 55, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, these buttons just allow for, set amounts to go up in terms of 5. And these are preset values from 10 to 80 preset, or you can change it to be whatever you want. However, this is the setting that I really like. This is the weight setting. So currently it shows a weight here. So whenever I put the sharpener on it, so it weighs 21.1 ounces, right? So the real benefit of these slicers is these. So you can set it up to, cut a 1 ounce. So you can run your slicer at your set thickness until it cuts an ounce, and it'll automatically shut off. It's pretty cool. The value that I really like out of the slicer is this setting, infinite. This does not mean that it's going to cut infinitely. What it means is it's going to keep cutting your product until there's no more product being added to the platter. The benefit of that is you can put a whole piece of ham, a whole piece of turkey right here, set it to slice, and then walk away. And when you come back, your slicer is going to be off. It's going to automatically shut off. The benefit to that is that you're going to reduce the amount of maintenance on these machines. So let me show you. So I'm going to add some weight to it. That weight's not going to change. Then after, I think, 3 extra slices or 3 extra cuts, something like that, then the machine will automatically shut off because it recognizes no more weight is being added. It's a really cool benefit of these slicers. Ask me more about it, and I'd love to explain more. There's more that I could talk about the user interface. I could talk about the blade speed here. You have your 3 different preset values. You can change your values within here. Your brightness setting. There's quite a bit that I can go into. All that I'm going to explain right now is that we have the codes for both the operator as well as the service manual. So you'll be able to change any setting you want on here. We also update them to the latest software. As you can see here, the green is the latest updated. There's quite a bit that I could talk about. I'm going to be doing a separate video on it later, and I look forward to that because I'll be able to explain the models in quite depth. But I'll just go over our checklist and what it is that we do here at BP. The reason that you want to buy these machines from us, not from someone else. And yeah, the main reason is because we actually service these machines. We actually test them. We actually double check the electrical. We update the software. I double check the mechanical and make sure that the safety mechanisms are calibrated. I make sure that everything's working as it should when I sell it to you. That way you're not going to need to have a repair guy come out and fix anything. We cover our work by a 120-day warranty. We stand behind what we do. Without getting too into it, because we're already at 9 minutes right here, we double check that all the mechanical components are working properly as they should, such as when you turn this dial, that moves down all the way to the end, and that it's properly lubricated. We clean out the old lubrication. We re-lubricate it with Bizerba H1 food safe grease. Parts that need to be lubricated with food safe grease, such as the dial, are greased. Parts that need to be oiled, such as this rod, are oiled. We make sure that all the components operate as they should. Those usually lock up within 2 years. We really just want to sell you a good product. We want you to be happy with what you're getting, and we're going to warranty it, so you won't have any problems. We also sell these sharpeners or sell these slicers with brand new sharpeners. Sorry, these are refurbished sharpeners, but they have brand new stones in them. The reason for that is because you actually need to calibrate your sharpener to your machine, and you can only do that within the service setting right here. Um, yeah, I mean, again, I'll talk more about this in another video, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. My name is Brent Marvick. You can contact me at my number on BP Kitchen Equipment. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions about these slicers, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer.